All right, let's review function notation. Remember, you pronounce this f of x, and that f is not a variable, it's the function's name. They do that so they can put lots of equations on the page and give each a different letter, and you still know which one they're talking about. What's inside is the variable that's the input, and then of course there's the function over here. The math problem that does the work for us is x plus 5. There's two things you can do with a function. You can be asked to find f of 2, this right here, find f of 2, and in that situation, the 2 is where the input is usually located, so they're asking us to put in a 2. So the only place to put in a 2 is where the input variable is. So we're going to put that 2 in for x, and then we're going to add 5. So 2 plus 5 makes 7. Problem is done there. If we label it, we'll say f of 2 equals 7. That reminds us that the function we used was named f. We put in a 2, and we got out a 7. All right, that would be us evaluating with the function. They can also ask us to find x when f of x equals 2. For finding x, we're going to be solving on this equation. So they're telling us that the answer equals 2. So we're going to put the 2 in for f of x. It'll look like 2 equals x plus 5. And now we'll be able to find x by using our solving skills. To get the x alone, we'll just have to subtract 5. And so 2 minus 5 equals -3. That equals x. So we found that x is -3. In this case, they gave us the output, and we found the input. So we used the function in reverse. We solved the equation. Let's check out another example. Okay, here I've given the function the name g of x, so I just changed its name. So, not a variable, just a name. The input is still x. We'll be plugging things in for x. And the function that does all the work for us is the math problem 1/2 x minus 4. So if they ask us to find x when g of x equals 12, they're saying, hey, make the function equal 12. Make the function equal 12. So we end up taking this g of x and making it 12 instead, and then make the function equal to that. And this is a little harder to solve just because of the 1/2 being there, but we know to solve. We add 4, so we get 16, and we get 1/2 x. Now a lot of people think too quickly about this and they want to say that the answer is 8 right here, but it is not. That would be 16 divided by 2. We really have to divide by 1/2. There's two ways to think about that. Dividing by a fraction is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal of the fraction, which will be 2 over 1, which is the same as 2. So over here where it's not a fraction, I'm going to multiply by 2. That would be 2 over 2, so that equals 1. It would cancel out. It would be 1x equals to 2 times 16, which is 32. If you don't believe me, try that out in your calculator. Dividing by 1/2, or change 1/2 to the decimal 0.5 and divide by 0.5, and you'll get 32. Okay. Oh, I see I have a typo here. I see I wrote F. I really meant to write G. Find G of 4. So I'm going to use the function named G. If it was F, I really needed the one on the other slide. But the function named G, and what's inside is a 4, so that's what I need to put into my function. And 1/2 x minus 4 is my function. So I need to make that 1/2 times 4 minus 4. 1/2 of 4 is 2. 2 minus 4 equals -2. You can type that part into the calculator directly. You don't have to show step by step. There, you could have typed in the 1/2 times 4 minus 4 and gotten your answer straight away. Whoops, pen. So the function named g, when I put a 4 into it, I get a -2 out of it. All right, let's do one more for good measure. Function h. Function h, again, that's just the function's name. Don't be scared of that letter. And we'll be putting x's in and getting out outputs. The function we're putting things into, the math problem we're putting things into, is 2x minus 3. So, -1's on the inside. That means -1 is the input. They want us to plug it in. So h of -1 becomes -2 times -1 minus 3. -2 times -1 minus 3 can be typed into the calculator all at once. You would get, let's see, 2 minus 3 if you do it by hand, so you'll get -1 for an answer. When you plug in -1, you get -1. Okay, and if you're finding x, remember you can't plug in for x or else you can't find it. It's gone. So when the answer is equal to -17, we put -17 in for h of x. So our function equals the answer we're looking for, -17, and then we work our way backwards to find x. We get x by itself. So we'll add 3. Let's see, that'll be -14 equals -2x. And we'll divide away that -2. So x equals negative divided by negative, remember, becomes positive, so that'd be +7. The x that makes the output be -17 is 7. Okay, hope that helps.